Let's be honest. When a woman realizes she's losing you, something inside her shifts. You can feel it in her voice, her silence, her sudden calm. It's not just distance, it's a quiet panic she'll never admit. You see, most men think women walk away when they stop caring. But the truth is far darker. She starts acting strange because she still does. And the moment she senses she no longer has power over your emotions, she starts to unravel in ways you were never meant to notice. Her ego, her sense of control, her emotional leverage, they all start slipping through her fingers. You'll notice she becomes unpredictable. One day she's cold and detached. The next she's texting you late at night, pretending it's casual. But it's not. It's testing. She's trying to find out if she still matters. Because for a woman, losing emotional influence over a man isn't just losing love, it's losing identity. That's the part no one tells you. She might post photos looking happy, confident, like she's already moved on, but those are shields, not signs of peace. She wants you to see her glow, but more importantly, she wants you to react to it. And if you don't, that silence from your side cuts deeper than any argument ever could. She replays old memories, trying to find where she lost her grip on your heart. She might even convince herself she's the one who chose to walk away, just to soothe the sting of realizing you stopped chasing her. Women are emotional strategists. When they feel you slipping, they'll act in ways that keep you guessing. They might act distant to protect themselves, but the truth is they're watching your every move, craving reassurance they no longer deserve. The paradox is painful. When she knew she had you, she took that comfort for granted. But the moment she senses she's lost you, your silence becomes the loudest sound in her world. That's when her confidence cracks. Her laughter becomes forced. Her peace becomes performance. She'll tell her friends she's over you, yet every song, every place, every quiet night reminds her of what she lost. Not just the man, but the feeling of being desired by him. And here's the secret most men never realize. When a woman starts acting distant, it's not always because she's done with you. It's often because she's terrified she's already lost you. But instead of admitting fear, she hides it behind pride. That's why her actions seem confusing. Hot one day, cold the next. It's not logic driving her, it's emotion battling denial. And when she finally knows you've detached, that your attention, your care, your love are no longer guaranteed, she'll start showing you a version of herself you've never seen before. Because deep down, she knows what's coming. The end of control, the end of comfort, the end of being the center of your world. And that's when she'll act, not out of love, but out of loss. When a woman knows she's lost you, her entire energy changes. It's not always loud. Sometimes it's quiet. Too quiet. The texts slow down, not because she's too busy, but because she doesn't know what to say anymore without sounding desperate. Her confidence used to fill every room, but now she hesitates before posting, before speaking, before reaching out. Because suddenly the man who used to hang on her every word doesn't anymore. That silence echoes in her chest like a warning she can't silence. He doesn't feel the same. At first, she'll try to ignore it. She'll convince herself you're just distracted, focused on work, tired, or distant for a reason she can fix. But when she realizes it's not a phase, when she sees your attention slipping for real, she starts to panic. Not outwardly, it's an internal chaos. She starts questioning herself. Was I too cold? Too controlling? Too distant? But she won't say that to you. Instead, she'll try to flip the script, act as if she's the one choosing space. It's a survival move. Her pride won't let her show the hurt, so she pretends not to care while secretly craving your reaction. And when you don't give her one, that's when the real unraveling begins. She starts comparing herself to other women, ones you follow, ones you talk to, even ones you simply glance at. She used to be the prize. Now she feels like she's on the outside, looking in. That's the shift most men never see. The transformation from certainty to insecurity. And it eats her alive. You become the one thing she can't figure out. Because women are used to emotional patterns. When she pulls away, men chase. When she gets distant, they try harder, but when you don't, that breaks her programming. It shakes her sense of power. She'll start saying things meant to provoke a response. I've been thinking about someone new. I'm happier now. She doesn't mean those words, not yet. She's watching, studying, hoping it stirs something in you. But when it doesn't, her frustration turns into sadness. That's when the mask begins to slip. The same woman who once told you she'd never miss you will find herself scrolling through old messages at 2 a.m., smiling and hurting at the same time. Because here's what no one teaches men. When a woman truly knows she's lost you, it's not her love that disappears, it's her balance. You became her emotional anchor, even when she acted like she didn't need one. And once you pull away, she feels ungrounded. That's why she might lash out, ignore you, or suddenly reappear with a soft, nostalgic tone. None of it's random. It's her heart trying to pull back something that's already gone. So if you ever see her acting strange, unpredictable, or overly calm, understand that's not peace. It's fear wearing confidence. It's her pride trying to cover pain. Because deep down, she knows the truth. The moment you stopped chasing, she lost more than a man. She lost her mirror, her validation, her sense of control. And that realization cuts deeper than heartbreak ever could. The hardest thing for a woman to accept isn't that you're gone. It's that you've outgrown her silence. You're no longer reacting, no longer pleading, no longer waiting. That shift terrifies her because it means her emotional influence over you, the one thing she thought she'd always have, has vanished. And when that happens, she doesn't just miss you. She misses the version of herself that had your attention, that power, that validation. She'll tell herself she's fine. She'll go out, surround herself with friends, post those new chapter quotes that look empowering but sound empty. She might even meet someone new, someone who feels like a distraction, not a replacement. Because here's the truth she'll never say out loud. She's not trying to move on from you. She's trying to move on from who she became when she lost you. That's the real battle. The woman who once felt adored, seen, and understood now faces the version of herself that doesn't know who she is without your admiration. And deep down, she feels it. The hollow quiet. The moments when she scrolls through your photos, looking for signs of emotion. A smile that might still be about her. She might even try to reach out casually, just to check in. But that message isn't casual at all. It's a signal, a test. She wants to know if there's still a spark left to ignite. Because when a woman truly knows she's lost you, she starts craving even your indifference. She'd rather have your cold replies than your complete silence. That's when her pride and her heart go to war. Pride says, don't reach out. Her heart whispers, just one more message. And when she finally breaks that silence, she'll try to sound calm. Hey, how have you been? But every word is layered with emotion she can't admit. What she really wants to say is, do you still think about me? Do you still remember the way I made you feel? Do you still miss me like I miss you? But she won't, because admitting that means acknowledging you're no longer hers. Here's the psychological truth. Women often realize the value of emotional connection after it's gone. When you were available, she could predict you. Now, you're a mystery again. And nothing draws a woman's attention more than uncertainty. She'll start replaying moments in her mind, the things she said, the times she pushed you away, the small moments when you looked at her differently. And every one of those memories hits harder now because she finally understands what they meant. But by the time she realizes it, you're already elsewhere, mentally, emotionally, maybe even spiritually. You've detached in a way she can't undo, and that's what breaks her. Not the fact that you're gone, but the realization that you've reached peace without her. That's when she starts trying to reclaim her power, maybe by making you jealous, maybe by pretending she's found someone new. But even then, her actions speak louder than words. She's not trying to replace you. She's trying to prove she can still affect you. And when that no longer works, when she sees you've truly moved on, that's when she finally feels it in full. The loss, the emptiness, the silent consequence of playing emotional games with a man who finally learned not to play back. When a woman begins to spiral after losing you, she won't show it to the world. No, She'll mask it with poise, pretending she's fine. But behind that calm surface, her thoughts are chaos. You'll see her posting pictures that look effortless, smiles, nights out, laughter with friends. But if you look closer, you'll notice something off. Her eyes don't glow the same. Her captions sound like strength, but read like recovery, because she's not celebrating peace, she's performing it. You became the measure of her emotional world, and now that you've withdrawn, everything she does is quietly compared to how it felt when she had you. She'll try to convince herself that she's happier now, that losing you was necessary. She'll repeat it until she almost believes it. But there's always that moment, late at night, when the phone is quiet and the distractions fade, when the truth breaks through. That emptiness, that ache she pretends doesn't exist, becomes unbearable, and that's when the mask slips. She might start messaging you again, not because she truly wants to rekindle, but because she's craving a piece of the connection she lost. Maybe she'll send a memory or an inside joke, testing the waters with something soft and familiar. It's not about love at that moment, it's about comfort. The comfort of knowing you still care, because if you still care, it means she hasn't completely failed. That's how fragile her confidence becomes when she realizes she no longer holds emotional weight in your world. Psychologically, women are driven by emotional feedback. When that feedback disappears, when her presence no longer shifts your mood, she feels powerless. That's why she'll try to provoke reactions in subtle ways. Maybe she mentions another man, maybe she flaunts her independence, maybe she suddenly starts living her best life. But every move is a message to you. Do you see me? Do you still feel something? And when you don't respond the way she expects, the silence becomes her new obsession. She'll start overanalyzing your absence, turning it into stories that protect her ego. He must have changed. He was never that serious. I'm better off. But deep down, she knows none of those sentences heal her. Because she's not angry at you, she's angry at herself for letting you reach a point of emotional peace she can't match. You see, the one who moves on first isn't the one who loved less. It's often the one who finally loved themselves enough to stop fighting for what was already gone. That's what stings her the most. Not that she lost your attention, but that you found your worth. You stopped explaining, stopped chasing, stopped trying to prove you were enough. You became still, and that stillness became her mirror, because now she sees her reflection clearly, and it hurts. She sees the part she played, the games, the pride, the silence that pushed you away. She won't admit it, but she knows. She had your heart once, and she mishandled it. And now, no matter what she does, that same energy, that same devotion, isn't coming back. And the hardest part? She can feel that truth every single day, in the quiet moments when the world isn't watching, when she realizes she's the only one still holding on. When her pride finally starts to crack, it doesn't happen all at once. It happens quietly, like glass slowly giving way under pressure. You might not see it, but she feels it. In the mornings when she wakes up and you're not the first thought anymore. Not because she's healed, but because she's forcing herself not to think. In the nights when she scrolls past your name, pretending she doesn't care, while her chest tightens just a little, that's pride dying slowly. Because pride can't survive in the same space as regret, and by now regret has moved in completely. At this stage, she starts seeing things she used to ignore, the way you handled her moods with patience, the times you tried to communicate when she gave you silence, the effort she dismissed as too much. Now those memories replay like a movie she can't turn off. Every scene stings harder because she finally sees you, the version of you she took for granted. And the worst part? She realizes there's no way back to him. The man she once controlled through attention and withdrawal has evolved. You no longer react from emotion, you respond from awareness. That's when she knows the dynamic has shifted for good. You've become calm, not bitter, not cold, just done. That calm is what terrifies her the most, because calm means closure. It means she no longer has access to your energy. And for a woman who once thrived on being the center of your emotional world, that's a silent death. She'll try to reach you again, not through words this time, but through nostalgia. She might bring up a memory, something soft, something that used to make you laugh. It's her way of saying, "Do you remember when I mattered?" But the truth she feels deep down is this: memories can't rebuild what she broke with her actions. And that realization is what humbles her. The same woman who once said, "I don't need him," now finds herself whispering, "He really was different." It's not about losing attention anymore. It's about losing connection. Because for the first time, she understands that your love wasn't weakness. It was depth. You didn't chase because you were desperate. You chased because you cared. You gave her what most men couldn't: effort, patience, loyalty. And she mistook it for permanence. Now, when she sees you moving forward, calmer, more focused, even happier, it shakes her. She'll replay your last words, your last message, searching for something to hold on to. But there's nothing left to analyze. You've said what needed to be said through silence. And that silence, once her greatest weapon, is now her greatest punishment. Because she knows you don't hate her. You've simply outgrown her. And that's what breaks her. A man's anger she can handle, but a man's indifference, that's what undoes her. Because it means you no longer exist in reaction to her. You've taken back your energy. You've reclaimed your peace. You've become untouchable. Not because she can't reach you, but because you've finally reached yourself. And when she sees that, when she realizes you became stronger after losing her, she finally understands the truth she was never ready to face. She didn't lose you when she walked away. She lost you the moment you decided to stop proving your worth to someone who never deserved it. By the time she finally realizes what she lost, it's too late. She won't tell you that, but she feels it every time your name crosses her mind. The man she once knew, the one who would have done anything to keep her, doesn't exist anymore. You've evolved. You've learned to love differently, to give without losing yourself, to walk away when your peace costs too much. And now she's left staring at the space you used to fill, realizing it wasn't attention she missed. It was your energy, your calm, your devotion, your quiet, masculine consistency that made her feel safe, even when she pretended she didn't need it. When she knows she's lost you, the world feels different. Music doesn't sound the same. Places that once brought her joy now feel heavy. She scrolls past your posts, trying not to feel, but emotions have a way of catching her off guard. That scent that reminds her of you. That song that once played in your car. That photo she never deleted but swears she forgot about. Little things become reminders, each one whispering the same truth. He's really gone. She'll start reflecting, deeply this time, not on how you hurt her, but how she pushed you away. She'll remember the moments you tried to open up and she dismissed you, the times you needed her support and she met you with attitude instead. And now the roles have reversed. You're detached, you're calm, you're focused on your life, and she's the one losing sleep, wondering if someone else is experiencing the version of you she once took for granted. That thought eats her alive, the idea that another woman gets your patience, your loyalty, your softness, that someone else is now the piece you used to give her. It's not jealousy, not entirely. It's grief, because she knows that kind of man doesn't come twice. You were rare, and deep down she knows she'll never find that energy again, the balance between strength and sensitivity, dominance and empathy. She'll keep searching, but every new face will remind her of what she let slip away. You see, that's the final stage. When she stops trying to get you back and starts trying to forgive herself, that's when the truth hits hardest. You didn't leave to punish her. You left to protect your soul. And in doing so, you became everything she wished she had appreciated sooner. That's what makes your silence so powerful. It's not revenge. It's evolution. It's the kind of peace that doesn't need to be explained or defended. And here's what most men never realize. Walking away isn't weakness. It's the loudest declaration of self-respect a man can make. When she knows she's lost you, she doesn't just lose a man, she loses the version of herself that only existed when your love was near. And once that's gone, no amount of pretending can fill the void. So now, I want to ask you something, not as a warning, but as a reflection. Have you ever reached that point where your silence spoke louder than your love? Drop your answer in the comments below. I want to hear your story, and if this message hits somewhere deep, give this video a like, subscribe for more truth about relationships and psychology, and share it with a man who needs to hear it tonight. Because sometimes one reminder is all it takes to stop chasing what was never meant to stay.